2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Memphis Grizzlies at FedEx Forum. And for Memphis, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball, looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. In tonight's game, Carmelo Anthony, one of the top scorers in the history of the NBA.
History?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right.
No, deep into his 30s now. Mm-hmm. And for him, Kenny, it's become about trying to win an NBA title.
Yeah, because he's got the gold medals, he's got the double-digit All-Star appearances, and a scoring title. But what he has not attained is the ultimate goal of getting the ring.
You know, he's put up some Hall of Fame numbers, and at this point, he just wants to win.
I agree.
Yeah. And what are his chances?
Doesn't matter because he'll never surpass us. We have 6 rings up here, Ernie.
Wow.
4, 2, and 0. That's 6.
You have such a great way of putting things.
Yeah, you didn't have to call Ernest out.
I didn't call him out. I just said we as a team have 6 rings.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to say 4, 2, and 0.
Okay.
You just say we have 6 rings up here at this desk.
We have 6 rings.
6 rings at this
2
desk.
over here.
4 over there.
0. But it makes 6.
We're still champions, Ernie.
My self-esteem is taking a beating today.
That's all right.
We used to
taking a beating.
We used to get Emmys until
Taking a beating.
But Emmys.
No.
Emmys counts as rings.
We used to get a lot of Emmys until.
Oh, let's let it go.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. We'll see the Houston Rockets facing the Memphis Grizzlies. And the injury to Eric Gordon. This is really big news.
Boy, what a tough break for this team. I mean, his injury is going to cost him the regular season, and it looks like he won't be able to be available for the playoffs either.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, guys, we know James Harden hits that step-back 3 a lot, and Mike D'Antoni says most coaches would think, okay, he hit a tough shot, live with it. That's some hard living. But it's one of the most lethal shots in the game. Kevin?
Yeah, with that pump fake, he can get to the free throw line too, DA. There's just no answer. And Clark, perimeter offense, maybe the primary weapon in tonight's game. Certainly, that's true for the 2 teams playing here.
No doubt about it. I mean, you think about the long-range shooting capability and capacity, a big part of both of these teams offensively. And no lead is safe, Kevin. When you've got teams that can knock down threes the way these teams can, that means a lot of possessions, and leads are never out of range.
And fun to watch, and for us, fun to broadcast.
Always.
So the Rockets win the tip. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Over on the wings, it's Harden paired with Melo. Chris is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Paul in at the point guard. Here's Anderson. And it's good, 2 points. Anderson's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Grizzlies.
First points of the night, and here we go.
Setting the tone early with the first bucket, and we're off.
Harden can't hit. Here's Temple, guarded by Harden. And Temple kicks to Jackson. Conley against Paul. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. Conley's shot is off. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Anderson passes to Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
And it's Capella missing.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Jackson misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Anthony. Lays it up and banks it in.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Here's Temple. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Green gets to Conley. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Conley's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. To the inside. Chris finds Anthony. Houston moving it around. And a deep 3 from Harden. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right now.
Ball against Conley. And there's the pass to Green. Shoots over Capella. Here's Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
You know, in recent years, the Rockets have not lacked for critics. I mean, they're a jump shooting team. They're a bean counting front office. A coach whose teams don't defend. Last season, I think, silenced a lot of those critics.
And so Jackson nails both of them. And Clark, it all seemed to come together for the Rockets last season. What was the key in your estimation?
I think you've got to look right at the addition of Chris Paul, reducing the workload on James Harden, more defensive-minded wings, also the development of Clint Capella. When you factor those things in, you get 65 wins during the regular season for the Rockets.
Now, here is Harden. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
But it didn't deter him from attacking defensively. His pressure was terrific. He also got 3 steals in that game.
So it's the Grizzlies now after the missed 3 by Carmelo. Here's Temple. The teardrop falls in.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's Paul. He had 19 points in the win against the Lakers. Harden gets the bucket.
Harden is as steady as falling rain. I mean, so consistent. Beautiful shooting form, a brilliant scorer.
Here's Conley. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami. Taken away by Anthony. 4-on-3 break. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Conley, the pass to Anderson. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Anderson right side. Clock at 6. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Anderson's got his second bucket of the night. And it's Paul with the ball for the Rockets. 7-point differential. Pass to Harden. Outside Anthony from the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yep, and that's not a winning performance. I mean, you got to tighten up the defense moving forward if you're going to get some W's.
Rockets trail by 9. Paul with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Capella dishes to Harden. But he recovers it.
And Harden is a laser, a straight-out gunner from deep. Has confidence in his long ball, and, you know, the defense has to get out on him from out there.
Here's Anderson. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Anderson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
And, you know, Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. The guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Chris. Well, for those teams already expected Clark to go deep into the playoffs around this time of year, how easy do you think it is to just go through the motions and maybe not tighten the screws as much as you should?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I never had the experience of being a player on a playoff team, but I did broadcast a number of the outstanding Pacers teams. And it is tough in the long haul of the season for teams that are fighting for potential championships to stay engaged fully during the regular season. There is a period, and I think most really good teams will admit it, that they aren't as focused because they're excited for the playoffs to start, and they just have to work themselves through those dog days of the regular season.
Now here's Paul. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Chris kicks to Harden. Back to Chris. Stolen by Jackson. Harrison scanning the floor. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Parsons finds Jackson, and it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
That's his 2nd foul of the 1st quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Anderson. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the Rockets. Brandon Knight comes in for Paul. Floats one, and Conley gets it to go. The assist by Jackson. Conley's got 5 points so far.
Boy, you can see the connection these guys have. They ran the play well. The defense had no idea how to deal with it.
Passes it to Harden. And Jackson with the block. And they're able to recover. And the shot's good from Nene. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Right side, Conley. Parsons outside. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Parsons got himself on the board with 3 there. The Rockets shooting 36% in this 1st quarter, trying to get their bearings. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately is really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflated.
James Ennis, he'll check in for James Harden.
And checking out the numbers here for Harrison, he's one of the standouts over the last month, averaging 12 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now. And I think that's got to affect your mental game. I mean, missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit, too.
Now, here is Knight. No points in the game yet for him. Nene trying to get open. Here's Conley. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Free throw good, Conley. You know, every coach talks about playing team basketball, Clark. When it comes to the fans, they really come out to see the stars. What do you think is the psychology behind that?
Well, I think fans enjoy elite players and great talent across any sport, but they also recognize that team play is critical to winning. So I think it's a combination. Fans, I think we've got to give them a little more credit. Sure, they want to see the stars play, but they want to win, and they know to win, teams have to be about team basketball, not just highlighting and enjoying the stars.
A nice shot by Knight. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by 11. And it's Brooks in the corner. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Brooks has got his first 2 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here is Knight. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there. And here are the Grizzlies now. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity here, guys, to get on each other's bad side. I mean, if they weren't already. Should make for some fairly high drama.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Harrison. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Knight with it. Conley picks him up. Ennis kicks it to Tucker. Picked away. Brooks outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Knight. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Harrison. That is his first foul of the game. Caspi, he's checked in for the Grizzlies.
Omri Caspi.
Pass to Nene. Out tonight. Clock at 6. The pass to Tucker. Here's Nene. And no good that time. And it's Memphis the other way.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
So it's the Grizzlies now. Brandon Knight missing his last shot. Here is Caspi. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Jackson against Nene. Jackson misses. Rockets trail by 15. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
It's good on the putback. Nene's got his second basket.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hands that he does.
Here is Caspi following the basket by Nene. Kept alive. Second chance shot, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
They sure are, looking to get their buckets up close and personal.
And Chandler Parsons, a player who's just had some bad luck with injury. You think back to when he was at full health and how impactful of a player he was. Still working to get back to that level, but it's been a long journey for Parsons.
And that one misses. to the middle. Here's Green. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Harrison passes to Caspi. A 15-footer. And he can't bank that one in. Green taking his time here. He kicks to Knight over Harrison. No good from 18. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. Grizzlies lead by 13. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And the Rockets came close, but Chris Paul still convinced this team has what it takes to win a title.
I'm in the wrong business if I didn't think we could win a title. I think we still got a lot of ways to go. We got a lot of work to do, but that's the fun thing about it right now, is to know that we're not there.
And his ability to stay positive, Greg, and stay at it, so admirable.
Yeah, and one of the best point guards of all time. You know he's hungry to break through and win a championship.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
You know, Greg, I love watching this team get after it on defense. I mean, they play with a bit of edge and nastiness.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Nene. Brandon Knight is out there with Green. Then it's Ennis, and it's Tucker in at the 4 slot. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Right side, Knight. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It always seems like great teams find the best glue guys, the guys that make them a team. Who are some of those players who just bring a team everything and bring it together, Clark?
I call those guys value utility guys because they do so much that helps you win, and things just seem to run better and go smoother when they're on the court. And there are a lot of them that fall into that category. They're not your primary stars, but they make the stars better. Robert Covington from Philadelphia has that ability because he shoots it well and defends multiple positions. And Draymond Green is probably at the head of the class.
By the way, you're our glue guy here at 2K.
Glad to be part of the team.
And Memphis making a change here. Temple's checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Ennis. And Paul's subbed in for Gerald Green.
Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release. Mark it up.
Here's Temple. Right wing. Here's Harrison. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Knight finds Capella. And it's Anthony, top of the key. Offline from the top of the key.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Outside Knight. Paul, right side. Got a hand on it. Here's Harrison, defended by Paul. Here's the floater, and the wide open shot from Green. Again, Memphis.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
And Memphis making a change here. Anderson's checked in. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for the Rockets. Harden comes in for Brandon Knight. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Chris. Nailed from three-point land.
And the instincts from the veteran point guard. Chris Paul has tremendous feel for the game and for how to get his teammates the ball when they're open.
They kick it out to Green. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. This pause in the action gives us a chance to see the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers this month. The Rockets #1.
Yeah, I mean, their defense has been really good, and it's led to a lot of easy opportunities on offense. Creating points off turnovers has been key.
Harden outside. And Harden with the stuff.
And you know, Kevin, Harden's ball handling is absolutely off the chain insane. I mean, easily carving up the defense. Superb control. Got it on the string.
Here's Harrison. Last time, 14 points for him. 3 for Caspi. Bangs home the trifecta. Caspi's got 6.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, their offense has really been productive this half, and I absolutely love the shots they've taken so far.
Now here's Harden. 7 points in the game. And yes, it's good. Here's Harrison. Kicks it to Caspi. Back to Harrison. And Caspi has it in the corner. It's the rebound. Here's Temple, guarded by Harden. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands. And I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Here's Harrison. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Rockets. Trailing by 17. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Now here's Harden. He's got 11. And that one, good. Harden's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Even when you think you have Harden pinned up, he still gets a shot past you. Incredibly creative.
And Anderson kicks to Green. Down low. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Chris Paul picks up that one.
And folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
Yep, uncommon and unparalleled. I mean, he makes things happen out there for sure.
Mike Conley's checked in for the Grizzlies.
One shot, find the lanes.
That free throw good from Harrison. Mark, there was a rules change not too long ago that promoted more help defense, less one-on-one defense. Good or bad?
I like it. Again, there's always going to be a premium on defending one-on-one, but positioning defenders where you can help better and more, I think it's trying to make sure the offensive side doesn't get too much of an advantage where the rules had gone in the past. So I think it's a nice balancing act for the game.
That one goes in. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Harden scanning the floor. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Outside Conley. Outside, Green. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
So a moment now to see the story on James Harden. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. 4th in assists, 8th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
4 on the clock, and Green gets it to go.
Defense has no answer for him. I mean, none. They look completely lost. He's been on fire.
For Houston, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. Harden inside the three-point line. The Rockets with another miss.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times. Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, you know, it's got to be terribly deflating for the opposition. Boy, they look helpless, really getting beat up, physically and emotionally.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 13.
You know, he's been off so far, Kevin, but there's still time. I mean, he just needs to settle it down, idle it down a little bit, and try to contribute as much as he can on the offense within himself.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
To the paint, cuts off the pass. Anderson passes to Conley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Mike Conley, the fellow Buckeye, is about as reliable as it gets in running his team and doing everything you want a point guard to do. A crafty defender. He also has really elevated his game offensively.
2.
And that one falls for Mike Conley. Jackson, he's checked in for Harrison. Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. And he makes the first but misses the second.
Well, most figured Melo would go to the Rockets after the buyout trade to Atlanta last summer. He's playing for a coach he used to butt heads with in New York with Mike D'Antoni. Melo has some proving to do this year, whether he wants to acknowledge it or not. And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
That free throw good from Harden. And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry.
And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
5 on the clock. Here's Temple. It's deflected, and that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. Parsons checked in for the Grizzlies. And a change for the Rockets. Ennis, he's checked in for Chris Paul. On its way from Parsons for 2, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And so Nene will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Harden outside. Another miss by Houston.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
Now here's Harden. 15 points in the game. They kick it out to Green. Parsons with the rebound. Parsons got 4 rebounds in this game. Conley up top, guarded by Harden. Parsons' shot is off.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
And Ennis slams it in.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Houston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Ennis taking his time here. On the wing, Green. Guarded by Jackson. The drive by Green. Out to Chris. Now here's Ennis. He averages about 5 points a game. Just 4 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot off. Green fires from way outside. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Grizzlies making a switch here. Brooks checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris. And it's Brandon Knight in for James Harden. Memphis has gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Pass to Brooks. And Anderson has it in the corner. They could use a bucket. It gets rebounded by Ennis. And for Houston, they're shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Green against Brooks. Here's Ennis. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Parsons on the wing. And here is Conley. He's got 9. Parsons looking it over. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Rockets shooting it up around 45% from the field in the second quarter. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. .112 left in the first half of the game. Passes it to Knight. Now here's Ennis, defended by Anderson. Green.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
I can't figure out, guys, what's going on with him this quarter. I mean, he hasn't gotten one shot to drop. And I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
Stolen by Conley. Brooks right side. Parsons outside to end the cold streak. Parsons can't get that one to fall.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Pass to Ennis. Fires for 3. It's good from long range. Ennis has got 7 points.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Memphis out in front, opening up a huge gap. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Chandler, how were you guys able to come in here and get off to this kind of start?
They're a great team. The big thing for us is just ball movement, playing unselfish, and doing all the little things that free up other people for shots, cutting the screen and flaring, doing all those little things. We're moving the ball really well, and we're getting out in transition early.
Chandler, looking good so far, my man. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a fast pace for Memphis at the outset. Some major league offense and defense in the mix as they raced out to an 11-2 lead. They were able to string together a nice set of offensive plays to finish the quarter, making their last 4 shots. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, their three-point shooting has told the tale here tonight, fellas. They've been lights out from behind the arc. Whether it's coming off a high screen or pulling off the dribble, it seems like whatever they're doing, it's going correct. There's not a lot you can do when a team's got this hot from downtown.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is O-V-A. Over.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
We're back with you here in Memphis, Tennessee. A gorgeous look at the skyline here in the birthplace of rock and roll. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Garrett Temple is out there with Conley, and it's Green in at the 5 spot. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half.
First team foul.
And so it's Memphis with it. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Here's Jackson. The pass to Temple. Fires the 3. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists in the game.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Harden's shot is good.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
Here's Temple, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris Paul picks up that one. Grizzlies have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
free throw drops for Temple. Houston making a switch here. Knight's checked in. And both free throws good for Temple. And so Knight will bring it up for Houston. Outside Anthony. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. And here's Anthony for three. The rebound by Anderson.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 6. Chris finds Knight. Pass to Harden. Shot clock at 6. And there's the call on Garrett Temple. That'll be his second foul of the game. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around it.
As many expected him to, Carmelo Anthony choosing to opt into his contract, but his stay in Oklahoma City still came to an end.
You know, it was pretty clear that Melo and the team just didn't mesh. OKC made the choice to let him go and save on the luxury tax. Melo might not be worth max money anymore, but he could still be a factor with this team.
Anthony, no good on the free throw.
And, you know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Now, here's Green. 14 points for him. Outside Conley. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And he gets the bucket. Jackson's got 8. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Passes it to Harden. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Temple, guarded by Harden. Temple gets the bucket.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Knight kicks to Harden. Back to Knight. Stolen by Michael Conley. Here's Temple, guarded by Harden. With some arc. Just 5 to shoot, and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at the Rockets. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on. And, of course, the Memphis Grizzlies, and they're down 4 spots from them.
And, you know, Houston, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Caspi, he's checked in for Anderson.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Clint Capella, he's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 4th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And yeah, he's been a brutal shot blocker all season long. As you said, top 5 in the league. He's a dangerous force to face inside. Harden inside the three-point line, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Temple. Harrison's checked in for the Grizzlies. And both free throws good for Temple. Here is Harden. He's got 18. Knocks it loose. Now Caspi. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And here's Green outside. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Harden, no good.
Can't get more open than that. No idea how he mistimed that mid-range shot. Maybe he was too open.
Caspi passes to Harrison. He kicks it to Jackson. Over Chris. The Grizzlies with another miss. And so Knight will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Pass to Capella. Harden with it. Over Temple. And that one hits back iron.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Caspi kicks to Harrison. Releases. The Grizzlies with another miss.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Harden gets the bucket.
And Harden is a smart player. I mean, when the defense isn't right on him, he makes them pay. Love seeing him shoot that pull-up. Nice.
Here's Temple. He's got 13. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Right now, let's have a moment to check out the NBA's best three-point shooters. Fifth, Carmelo Anthony.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
Jackson has the open look.
Yeah, still struggling to find the bottom of the net from three-point range this half. They were much better in the first.
Back to Knight. And he banks in the layup. Knight's got his third basket of the night.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
For Memphis, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Harrison kicks to Caspi. The pass to Jackson. Back to Caspi. 6 on the shot clock. Taken away by Anthony. To the middle. Shot from 12. Harden, no good. Grizzlies shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Here is Caspi, covered by Anthony, and stolen by Chris. Anthony looking it over. Knight dishes to Carmelo. Releases from the wing and drills it. Anthony's got 10 points.
You know, even though he's been on, they still are behind. I mean, there's only so much he can do.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there. Just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Parsons checked in for Jackson. And Brooks subbed in for Garrett Temple. The Rockets also changing it up. Nene, he's checked in for Chris. P.J. Tucker comes in for Anthony. And it's Gerald Green in for Knight. Now here's Parsons. 5 points in the game. Back to Harrison. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Tucker inside. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Green's got his second bucket.
In perfect timing. This run is exactly what they needed, and it's right when they needed it. They couldn't afford to wait any longer.
Yeah, it's still a big hill to climb. I mean, it was essential that they at least made some kind of dent in that lead before we got to the fourth quarter.
Pass to Green. Here's Harrison. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Rockets trail by 20. It's stolen by Green. Harrison passes to Caspi. There's the dish to Parsons. Here is Caspi, guarded by Tucker. Poked loose, stolen by Tucker. And Green slams it in.
Tucker forces the turnover, then immediately gets the ball up court. That's just an experienced, smart play.
And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's the guy, second-round pick back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
Brooks misses. Rockets trail by 18. And here's Harden for 3. Offensive rebound. Capella with the bucket.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
Harrison kicks to Green. Pass to Brooks. Over to the wing. Here is Caspi, guarded by Green. Caspi with the bucket. Caspi's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by Houston.
Pass to Harden. Looking to end his cold spell. He lays it in. Harden's got 7 points for the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And Parsons gets it to go.
You know, leaving somebody that wide open is not prudent. I mean, you got to expect to get burned when you put that kind of effort forward.
Now here's Harden. 22 points for him. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
I don't think there's anybody better than Harden at converting through contact. Superb in that area because he's crafty, he's strong, and he's skilled.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Now here's Conley. 11 points in the game. Parsons outside. Here's Green. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Right side, Green. Stolen by Brooks. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Here's Parsons. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Parsons got 10 points.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And the shot's good from Nene.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game, phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
All against Conley. And the pass to Parsons. 6 to shoot. Poked away. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And he makes that one. Harden's got 27 points.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Parsons finds Green. We've got 1:23 left in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Conley. The Rockets pull it in. Tucker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside. Good on that shot, and with that, the Memphis lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Harden.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Conley into the lane. Yep, that one goes.
There's a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line. 79% overall.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
Free throw good, Conley.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Green. That shot, no good. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Brooks, the pass to Conley. And here is Green. 14 points for him. Parsons outside, puts up a 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. And that's 13 points for Chandler Parsons.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Nene kicks to Paul. Back to Nene. Here's Ennis. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this.
You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it. You know I come around and rock it.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Houston. They trail by 18. Taking a look at the Rockets. Chris Paul is out there with Gerald Green. Then there's Nene. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Ennis in at the 3 spot.
You cannot underestimate Chris Paul's ability to finish through contact just because he's small. I mean, he's as tough as they come.
Jackson finds Brooks. Conley up top. On the wing, Jackson. Taken away by Nene. To the inside. And it's blocked by Conley. And he recovers it. Fast break, Memphis. Parsons running. Brooks with no one around. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. Parsons got 4 assists now tonight. Rockets trail by 19. Paul passes to Green, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Memphis making a change here. Temple's checked in. The Rockets also changing it up. Chris, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Anthony subbed in for Gerald Green. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. And the shot's good from Nene. Here's Conley. Kicks to Jackson. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Paul, no one around him. And he's good on the three ball.
And he's so aggressive offensively. I like his assertiveness. CP3 not taking 1 second extra to pull the trigger once he gets the pass.
Now here's Jackson. He kicks it to Anderson. Conley scanning the floor. On the wing, Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Ball against Conley. Ennis passes to Nene. Anthony in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Conley inside the line. The Grizzlies with another miss.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
Anderson outside. Nene against Jackson. Parsons outside. Over Anthony. Parsons' shot is off. Rockets trail by 14. Outside Anthony. Fires at the elbow. The Rockets with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Ball against Conley. The shot's good from Paul.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Timeout called the Grizzlies.
You know, when Chris Paul came to the Rockets, a lot of people questioned if he and James Harden would be able to share the ball. Both known for being ball-dominant guards, I think you'd have to say it's worked out pretty well.
So for the Rockets, Clint Capella comes in for Nene. And it's James Harden in for Ennis. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard J.B. Bickerstaff talking with his team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. And Anthony gets it to go. And I think Chris Paul never comfortable with that ball-dominant label, Greg. He never played with another guard who could create, certainly on the level of Harden.
No doubt about it. I mean, Mo P, J.J. Redick, guys who were great shooters, but really more off-the-ball players. Chris needed to be that kind of a playmaker, but with Harden, he has someone just as gifted at creating baskets for himself and others.
Pass to Anthony. Ball against Jackson. Back to Anthony. Just 4 to shoot. Capella trying to free himself up, and he gets it back. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Pass to Anderson. Parsons outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Anthony against Jackson. The rebound by Anderson.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Now here's Paul, and Chris throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
And it's Capella missing. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Memphis. 10-point lead. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons.
JaMychal Green.
Here's Anthony. Nice follow through on the fadeaway.
And Melo's jumper is pure. You feel like it's going in every time he gets a clean look at the rim.
Conley kicks to Green. Shoots over Capella. That one wide left. Rockets trail by 8. Harden outside. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Harden's got 16 here in the second half. Over to the left wing. Green kicks to Conley. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Green, he's checked in for Houston.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Conley. And Conley drops them both. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on an 18-7 run. Green finds Capella. Harden outside. Now Chris. Anthony in the corner. Over in the corner, Green. And another 3 for Houston.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Green against Conley. In the corner, it's Temple. 6 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Anything you can do, I can do better. We got a little gamesmanship going on.
Yeah, a little mano-mano, back and forth. Guys going at each other, giving this game a little bit of edge and personality. I like it.
Now here's Anthony. And another 3 for Houston.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The 3-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for him.
And here is Green, following the 3-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. And he can't answer back the 3-pointer offline.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Conley against Green. Here's the floater, the baseline J. Green, no luck. On offense, here are the Rockets. They're on a 16-7 run. Green passes to Harden. Anthony in the corner. Good, it's Harden with the assist that time. 25 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from 3-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Now here's Anderson. Outside for Jackson. Over Anthony. Pass to Temple. And there's the pass to Conley. Anderson against Anthony. And again, Memphis no good. And here are the Rockets to take the lead. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the middle, out to Conley. Goes back up, and he sinks the layup. Conley's got 7 points for the quarter.
You know, when Conley's scoring like this, I think they are a better team. I mean, the passing is great, but fill it up, Mike. I'm loving this.
Now, here's Capella. Dishes it to Harden. Jacks up a 3, and the 3 ball is good. Harden's got 34.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Green against Conley. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Capella. Anthony against Anderson. Capella kicks to Chris. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
You gotta give Chris props there. Although he's young, he isn't afraid of the moment.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Rockets.
I'll tell you what, they've hit the boards hard in this one. It's led to an abundance of second chance points. I mean, they've gotten a lot of second chance points.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well. And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a 2-possession game.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Outside Conley. He dishes it to Temple. Kicks to Green. Back to Temple. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
And the dunk by Capella.
So good to see the role players stepping up in big moments. That's a big basket for Clint Capella.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're behind by 4. 52 seconds left in the game. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Now here is Conley, guarded by Tucker. 43 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Green kicks to Temple. Clock at 6. Another shot. Chris with the rebound.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5.
And, you know, after being a 6th man during the beginning of his career, Harden has blossomed into a big-time star. He's a top-tier combo guard in this league now.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And that will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Grizzlies. Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're behind by 6. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Jackson with the bounce pass. Anderson outside. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Temple. From deep. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Houston, Clint Capella. Taking 2 shots.
Two.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And, you know, one of the things you admire most about Clint Capella is that he plays to his strengths. He doesn't do stuff that he can't do. An athletic big man who, in that way, is similar to DeAndre Jordan.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And here's Brooks from outside. Misses the shot. So we see the Rockets get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Carmelo, you have lived in the media spotlight for a long time. How do you put that out of your head when you get on the floor?
I'm just playing ball. My team came to play today. We was focused, and we wanted it. We willed our way to this one.
A great performance, Carmelo. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.